If you're over 40 and you're thinking about starting a business, AI has given you an advantage that I wish I'd had when I was trying to figure this out. But probably not for the reasons that you think. You don't need AI to come up with some crazy new business idea. And you don't need to spend the next 6 months trying to become an AI expert. But what AI can do for you is help you take the next 15, 20, 25 years of experience that you've already gained, that you've already learned, and turn that into a business way faster than you could have 5 or 10 years ago. It can help you figure out what to sell, who to sell it to, and how to package it. It can also tell you how to find customers, and it can help you do all of that without making you hire 5 people or spending months figuring everything out yourself. So in this video, I'm going to show you exactly how I would use AI if I were over 40, working a full-time job, and trying to start a business from zero today. I'm going to keep this ridiculously simple because AI should make starting your business easier, not harder. Not to give you 47 more things to learn. Here's what I think a lot of us get wrong. They open ChatGPT and type, well, what business do I need to start? And then AI spits out this list of drop shipping, affiliate marketing, an AI agency, digital products, whatever. The list goes on and on and on. And now you're right back to where you started. And you're looking at a bunch of businesses that you know absolutely nothing about. And that's the exact opposite of what I would do. If you're over 40 and you've been working for at least 15 to 20 years, you have an advantage that somebody who's 22 years old doesn't even come close to having. You know how to do your stuff. You've solved problems. You've managed people. You've dealt with customers. You've built systems. You've sold things. You've managed products. You've made mistakes and you've learned from them. You've probably gone through some pretty nasty, significant transformations in your personal life as well. There's a tremendous amount of value sitting inside of your head. So instead of asking AI, what do I do to start a business? I would ask, what skills do I already have that can be turned into a business? That's a completely different question. And this is one of the biggest ways AI can help you move faster. It can help you see value in your experience that you might be completely overlooking. Your employer already pays you to do some of these skills. Well, think about that. Your employer is your first customer. They're paying you because you know how to solve certain problems. Why couldn't somebody else pay you to solve a version of that same problem? That's where I would start. Now, let's say you've identified a skill. Maybe you've spent 20 years in project management. Don't immediately go, well, cool, I'm going to become a project management coach. Well, slow down. See, the trick is we need to find a problem. Businesses don't make money because their founder has skills. They make money because those skills solve problems that somebody's willing to pay to have solved. And this is where I would go back to AI and I would tell it exactly what I've done. What I would do is say something like this. I've worked in IT project management for 20 years. I've managed teams, I've built budgets, I've met deadlines, complex projects. What expensive problems could I help a person or a business solve using this experience? And with that, we're actually now getting somewhere. You don't just blindly take whatever ChatGPT gives you. You use it to come up with ideas and thought processes, because that's an important distinction. AI isn't replacing your judgment. It's helping you get to the useful questions faster. Before AI, you might have spent weeks Googling this stuff, watching YouTube videos, buying courses, trying to piece everything together. Now, you can get the beginnings of an idea in 20 minutes. That's speed. Now we have a skill. We've got a problem. And next, we need to sell something. And this is where people tend to make starting a business way more complicated than it has to be. They look at websites and logos, business cards, funnel, email automation, LLCs, their Instagram bio. So let's take a step back and forget all of that. What are you selling? That's the business. You take the problem you've identified and ask AI to help you package a very simple solution. One person, one problem, one result. That's it. Let's stay with our project manager idea. Maybe we discovered that small business owners are constantly launching projects late because nobody on the team knows how to properly organize them. There's potentially an offer there. Maybe you help a small business build a project management system in 30 days, and now we've got something tangible. Then we can use AI to help you think through what should you be including in that package? What should the process look like? How long should it take? What questions should I ask the client? What deliverables do I need? What could I charge? Notice what we're doing here. We're not asking AI to build some giant company. We're using it to get version 1 out into the world, because version 1 is going to change anyway into version 2 and maybe later on version 200. Your customers will tell you what they actually want, and the longer you do it, the more customizable and the more focused you're going to get. Now comes the part that nobody wants to talk about. You have to sell it. AI isn't going to magically put customers into your bank account. You need to talk to actual human beings. And if you're over 40, this is another area where you have an enormous advantage. You probably know people right now. You've worked with people for 10, 15, 20, 25 years. You have former coworkers, former bosses, vendors, clients, friends, people on LinkedIn, contacts sitting in your phone, on your Facebook pages. That's your starting point. And AI can help you figure out what to say to them. You can actually say something as simple as, hey, AI, help me write a short message I could send to someone in my professional network. I don't want this to sound salesy. I want to tell them what I've been doing, the problem that I solve, and ask whether or not they know someone who might need this. Now you're eliminating another excuse. You don't have to sit there for 3 hours staring at a blank screen or trying to compose a LinkedIn message wondering what to write. AI gives you version 1. Then you make it sound like you. And then hit send. Then send another one and another. And that's how you start moving faster. Not by creating 500 pieces of AI-generated slop. By using AI to reduce the time between idea and action, because this is where this starts becoming really interesting. Once you actually have a business, there's going to be a million little things that you need to get done. And when you're starting with this, working at a full-time job, then time becomes your biggest constraint. You might have an hour or two in the morning, or maybe an hour or so at night, a couple hours on Saturday. You can't waste those hours doing work that AI could help you complete in 15 minutes. Think about everything a brand new business owner has to do. Research, writing, organizing ideas, creating proposals, following up with leads, writing emails, creating content, documenting processes, brainstorming offers, analyzing customer feedback, and AI can help you with almost all of that. I want you to think about AI like your very first employee. Not because you hand it your entire business and say, take it, and then you walk away, because you can't. You still need to provide your judgment. You still need to focus your experience on the problems and issues. You still need to make all the decisions. But imagine having an assistant sitting next to you that you can bounce rough draft ideas off of within seconds. You give it context, it gives you a starting point. Then you improve it, and then you move on. That's an enormous advantage when you're trying to build something in the margins of a busy life. But I want to warn you about something, because I can see this becoming another trap. You decide you're going to start a business. Then you really dig into AI. And suddenly, instead of starting the business, you spend the next 6 months learning AI. You're watching video about agents and automations, prompt engineering, newest models, newest tools, newest features, and 6 months later, you still don't have a customer. Please don't do that. You do not need to become an AI expert. You need to become good enough at AI to make your business move faster. There's a massive difference. If all you know how to do is open ChatGPT and explain what you're trying to accomplish, give it some good context, ask great follow-up questions, and improve the output, that's enough. That's what you need to start. Learn the next thing when the business requires the next thing, not before. So if I were starting over today, here's exactly what I would do. Step 1, inventory what I already know. I'd use AI to identify skills from your career, personal transformations, or interests that people might pay you for. Step 2, identify one expensive problem. What's that problem? Who's it for? How painful is it? What happens if they don't solve it? And then step 3, build one simple offer. Remember, one person, one problem, one result. No giant product suite, no big course. All you have to do is just pick one thing. And then step 4, use AI to help you sell it. AI can help you with messaging, emails, follow-ups, content, whatever helps you start conversations with actual people. And then step 5, use AI to deliver faster research, processes, documents, ideas, admin, anything that gives you back time without sacrificing the value that you're providing. That's it. You don't need 75 AI tools. You don't need to become a prompt engineer. And you definitely don't need to throw away 20 years of experience just to start over. In fact, if you're sitting there right now and you're thinking, okay, John, I get it. I understand. But I still don't really know what my business should be. I have something for you, and it's called the free Roadblock call. I'll put a link below this video. So go to it, sign up for your free Roadblock call, and we will go together through everything that you know, everything that you've worked on, and we can figure out what the most important thing is. And then we can pick something and start moving. Because that's what I want you to take away from this video. If you're over 40, AI doesn't make your experience obsolete. It makes your experience way more valuable. You already have spent 20 years acquiring the knowledge. Now you have technology that can help you package it, market it, and move forward faster. That's the opportunity. Don't spend the next 6 months studying AI. Use it today and take one step towards starting your business, and then take another step tomorrow. Remember, if you get stuck, if you have questions, sign up for your free Roadblock call, and I can help you with that, and we can work through it together. Otherwise, my friends, stay curious, but take action, and I'll see you in the next video.